Hey everybody, and welcome back to Felsbrunn Revisited. A lot has happened since we were last together. If you take a look at our bank account, we have gotten ourselves a nice little roll in the bank. $204,000. I've got two more harvest or fertilizing contracts to do. Should bump that up another 12 or so $1,000. Today is a big day because we can realize a goal that we have had since, well, day one of this playthrough. And that is we're going to be able to buy ourselves a farmhouse. Finally, we have ourselves someplace to lay our head at night and do a sleep function to fly through the night. Something more than having to just fast forward at 120 times speed. Why, oh why, did Giants make that cost $180,000? I do not know, but finally, that goal can be realized. And not too soon either, because after this video, there's just 4 more left, according to my count, I believe. And then we will be on the cusp of Farm Sim 22. But before that, this video is brought to you by GoldenEye 48. Thank you for being a farm baron. So today we've got some stuff in store. Obviously, I've got 2 fertilized contracts. I've already mentioned that. We take a look over at our farm. Our small field of soybeans is ready to harvest once again. And we're going to place our farmhouse today. And we need to, of course, obligatory ride the 4 horsemen. They are coming along quite nice. They are 55% through their development, or their training, if you will. So they're each worth $27,000. This is where we shorted the horses last time and basically sold them in order to help finance our land expansion. But for now, we're going to keep them going strong. I'll thank you very much for that. Now let's go do field 21, which is the field over here right across the street from our house. I have to say we've been blessed with a few good set of fertilizing contracts. Last video was contract 100, and if you look at our contract count right now, we are at 119. So we have had a smorgasbord of fertilizing contracts, had a big long list of contracts, worked through that list, and about the time we were nearly done that big list of contracts, well, contracts refreshed and there was another nice list to take. So that was a really, really good set of game days for sure. Yeah, I want to put down a farmhouse, and I think I have one more big goal for the farm, and that is to put down a hayloft so that we can store loose straw and loose hay. Although we really won't need hay for quite a long time. Pretending, of course, that we're going to keep playing this beyond the release of Farm Sim 22, which we're not. But remember, our grass contract awarded us 9 hay bales. It's over there. You can't quite see it, but we'll see those here in a little bit. 9 hay bales. That's going to do us for 3 rotations of 4 horses. So that would be the equivalent of 30 game days, because each rotation of horses would be 10 days long. So we've got more than enough hay to do us for the rest of the time we're going to play here. And I say that's probably one of the things that I wished was a bit more needy were our animals. I mean, if you have a whole lot of an animal, then they get kind of needy. But like the default placeable areas. 50 cows. 50 cows. It's not that hard to take care of. You could have one grass field and pretty much care for your 50 cows without too much difficulty. You know, one grass field and one arable field that you put a cereal crop in for your straw, and you're done. You can easily care for those 50 cows. I like to see maybe, you know, the animal needs a little bit more, more needy as far as the food levels. Especially when you fill the trough for 10 days. It's like, I could fill a trough and then just never refill it. Depending on how many game days a typical player ends up playing on any one given map. Which, I know, I've asked before and people have responded back that they've had, you know, several hundred hours of gameplay or 120 hours of gameplay. And when you think about it, how does even 500 hours of gameplay, if you play at 1 time speed, okay, so that's 24 hours. So 100 days is 4 game days, 100 hours. So 500 hour game save at 1 time speed would be like, what, 20 game days or something. Nothing really huge. Now, of course, some of those people are probably playing it 5 times and everything, but still, when you factor out the number of game days, it isn't until you add seasons and longer seasonal durations do you really start having a lot of, you know, game days to talk about. So let's put down our farmhouse, right? We're going to put it down over here by the street. And I've been thinking about this alpine farming farmhouse myself, as opposed to the farmhouse that came with FS22. I do wish you could go inside this farmhouse. That was honestly a bit of a disappointment that you couldn't go inside this farmhouse. All right, let's put her down. There we go. We can finally sleep trigger. Oh, I'm so excited. Yay. Can finally sleep. What's this thing look like from the street? Nice. Nice. I do wish you could go inside it, though. Yeah, here's the hay from that hay contract. More than enough hay to do us for quite a long time. Let's get going. Our soybean harvest once again. I got rain in the forecast, so let's hope I can get the beans harvested before the rain comes. That way, maybe we can just take our horses out for a ride in the rain, since really we can't do any more harvesting. Or if we can get all of this harvested before the rain, then we can work on getting it replanted later this game day. Yeah, the next big goal would be the hayloft, and that's $90,000 or $38,000. So we are nearly halfway there. Halfway there would, of course, be $45,000. Yeah, my kind of goal is to get to the point where our horses are at full value and we can sell those guys for $200,000. We can buy another 4 horses for $20,000. So that's going to leave us 180 grand. We could use that $180,000 to maybe look at buying another field or 2, depending on the size of the field and everything, to expand our operations. Maybe buy 1 field and upgrade our harvester maybe to something a little bit bigger. Because of course with a bigger harvester, then we could use our harvester for harvest contracts more frequently. Right now we only want to use this harvester on smaller harvest contracts, just for the sake of time involvement. Because of course the bigger the equipment, the faster you can turn the contracts, the more money you can earn. But if we were to buy another plot of land, so 180 grand, that would get us field 18. We've already looked at these plots, 204,000 for that one across the street, 192,000 for field 11. 21 is just way too big at the moment. So yeah, the 4 horses could easily pay for field 18 and allow us to now own these 3 fields that are all adjacent to each other. So that would be pretty handy, I think. So that's a goal. Of course, that would be assuming that we've already gotten our ability to buy our hayloft. And then I have to figure out where we could squeeze our hayloft in here because, well, we did lose a bit of just available ground when we expanded our field out to this point. Yeah, overall things have been progressing quite well. We've got 4 hours on this harvester. We've already looked at the next upgrade in harvester is an additional $100,000 above what this cost. I do wish there was some intermediary there. This one was just over $100,000. The next one is just over $200,000. It'd be nice if there was an intermediary $150,000 harvester. Maybe the header width was an extra, meter or 2. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Where are you all in your no mod challenge gameplay? Have you been able to keep it up? Did you give up? How far did you get? How many hours? Do you still have the game save? How many hours did you get into it before you said, nah, this isn't for me? I can't live without my mods. Definitely slower gameplay, that's for sure. I've been thinking a little bit about what's my strategy in FS 22 at the start. I think I'm going to be, the first thing I'm going to do is jump in and explore both maps. Because I'm assuming that Erlengrot will not be included in the download. I'm assuming it will be a side-loaded mod map through the mod hub. Because we're still talking about physical media. The entire game still needs to fit on physical media. So that is 4.7 gigabytes. That's what a DVD will hold. So it's got to hold potentially 3 maps, right? And over 500 vehicles and implements. And the game scripts and all of the textures and all of that. That's a pretty big ask, I think, for a single DVD. So to that end, I think it's going to be 2 maps included with the game. Erlengrot, kind of like the Stancha La Pacha was, as a modded download map from the mod hub. And I think what we'll see are a fair bit of Giants mods coming after the game releases, because certain vehicles wouldn't fit in the base game. Now we're just gonna cheat a little bit and dump that in there. While it's dumping in there, let's take a look at what our harvest options are. No, I'm not going to be lured into any potato contracts. No on that. I don't think so. It's a little more tempting. No on sugar beets like that. And we're not going to do that one. So field 9, how big is field 9? Field 9's a pretty nice sized field. $4,500, $1,000 off, so that's $3,500. $3,300 for field 23. In canola, that's a pretty good field. I did a beet harvest on that field. I don't know if I did a beet harvest on that field and recorded that, or if I just did that off camera. I forget. I've done a lot of contracts, as you have seen. All right, let's finish this soybean field, and then we'll see what our take is. And that is going to do us for another harvest on field 19. Or field 20. We'll just go ahead and dump that in here. Overall, I think we got just under 9,000 liters of soybeans off of this harvest. So if we can get that anywhere as close to the magical 9 or 950 or above, we are looking at good $8,000 or more in harvest income. Go ahead and park our little beauty over here. We'll need to drive him in town one day and get some fuel. Oh, look at this. Like, literally when we weren't looking. Our other field has gone ready to harvest. Huh. Well. Let's get that started. And I'll hire a helper to do that while we ride our horses off into the sunset. Yeah, like literally. That must have changed while we were with our backs turned. Because the last time I looked over there, it was still in a growing state. We still have that rain coming in. So we do want to beat the rain. And field 18 up there looks like it's ready to harvest. Wonder if it has soybeans in it also. I have to check. We got canola up there on the hill. I mean, if that has soybeans in it too, that would be a really good contract to pick up. I'd be willing to use this harvester on it just to see how long it took. Kind of as a little bit of a litmus test to if we did buy that field, how long would it take us to harvest it with this particular harvester? So let's go ahead and see. Did our contracts update with a field 18? Not seeing it yet, so we'll just keep an eye out for that. We'll keep an eye on this guy, but I do want to ride the horses and get them taken care of so they can continue to increase in value. Well, hello, sir. Thanks for not running away. I know it would have been tempting to get over there and try out some of that hay bales, but hey, you're a very well disciplined horse. Listen quite nicely. So as I was saying, I've been thinking about what am I going to do as far as initial gameplay on FS22. You know, something we don't know. Giants is still kept quiet about, at least as of the recording of this video. They still kept quiet about game modes. Are we going to have the same game modes we have in 19? In 17, we didn't have new farmer, start from scratch, and farm manager. We had easy, normal, and hard. They were basically the economy settings. And the only difference was the prices you got for your crops. And maybe the prices of stuff in the shop. And then in 19, they came out with these new game modes. So there's nothing to be said that we will have the same game modes we have in 19. They haven't mentioned it yet. You kind of think, well, if they haven't mentioned it yet, then maybe it's the same. But it might be. It's one of those things they're keeping tight to their chest. One of those surprise things that won't come up until basically early access people get their hands on the full game and can kind of unconstrained show things off, because that's also another thing. Sometimes people will get early access to a game, but it will be under certain conditions that there are certain things you can't show because we want to keep those a secret until launch day. So I'm thinking the first thing I'll do is probably explore the 2 base maps. Although I really feel drawn to Elm Creek based on the screenshots I've seen. The French map looks fine. I don't feel drawn to it. It's there. So I think I'll play probably with Elm Creek initially. And from what I understand, there's at least 4 farms on Elm Creek that a player could have, all set up with farm buildings and everything. So I gotta wonder, you know, which farm I will end up picking is probably going to be more related to how the buildings are set up and maybe the land around it than anything else. We're gonna probably on the Discord server, I'll probably have at least 2 community multiplayer servers set up. 1 for each map initially, probably with a max of 10 players, 10 concurrent players. So if you are not in the Discord and you want to join the Discord, just put a comment down below, basically that you would like an invite to the Discord, or if you can, check out a live stream, and we'll be able to quickly give you a link to the Discord during a live stream. And speaking of live streams, we've got one more copy of Farming Simulator 22 we're going to be giving away on launch day, November 22nd, the evening of launch day. So if you are still looking to pick up a copy of FS22 and maybe want to try your luck at picking up a free copy, courtesy of me, then head over to the channel and try to catch a live stream or catch a live stream archive, and you'll find links to the contest in chat. Streamlabs will basically post a link to that every 30 minutes or so during the live stream, and those links will obviously also still appear during a live stream archive replay. I'm going to continue, obviously, harvesting our soybean field. I've got 3 more horses to ride here today, and when the rain comes, if the rain comes, sounds like a perfect opportunity to get the fields flipped by seeding them back in soybeans. So hope you all have enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and click that like button. Share the video out with anyone and everyone that you know that might be into Farming Simulator 22. Share the love, share the channel, because boy, in a couple weeks, we're going to be pumping out the FS22 content. That I can assure you. Should be at 100%. Yep, Chester is indeed. Now, is Chester the one? He has white feet. Here's Chester. Give him a brush. And until next time, happy farming.